The room went silent. Not the good kind of silence you get right before music starts, the heavy kind. The kind where you can feel your stomach drop because someone in power just decided to tear you down. Our band teacher looked at us and said, "You're hopeless. You have no talent. You're failures," and in that moment none of us knew it yet. But he had just guaranteed the most unforgettable winter concert of his career. If you've ever been underestimated by someone who was supposed to support you, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a like if you believe the best revenge I send to loud arguments, it's quiet, perfectly timed payback. And stay to the end, because what we did to this teacher was legendary. So here's the context. Every single year at our school, the honors music students put on a winter concert. Teachers, parents, friends, the whole auditorium fills up. But here's the twist. The concert is completely student-led. No teachers know the song list ahead of time. No spoilers. No interference? There's always a senior in charge, basically the final authority, who approves songs and makes sure nothing inappropriate sneaks in. That freedom is what makes the concert special. It's our night, our creativity, our statement. And then there was him, our band teacher. To say he was problematic would be polite. He had a short fuse, a sharp tongue, and absolutely no patience. He wasn't the kind of teacher who inspired you to be better. He was the kind who made you feel like no matter how hard you tried, it would never be enough. Rehearsals felt like walking on glass. One wrong note and you could see his jaw tighten. His face would turn red. His voice would rise just enough to let you know something bad was coming, and one day, it did. We were mid-rehearsal. Brass slightly off, woodwinds a half-beat late. Nothing unusual, nothing unfixable, but he snapped. He slammed his hand down, stopped us cold, and then he unloaded. He told us we were wasting his time, that we lacked discipline, that we didn't have what it takes. And then the words that burned themselves into my memory. "You're hopeless. You have no talent." I don't even know why I try. You could hear people swallow. You could feel shoulders slump. A couple of students stared at their music stands so no one would see their eyes watering. That wasn't motivation. That was humiliation. And what hurt the most wasn't just the insult. It was who it came from. This was the person entrusted with teaching us music, guiding us, believing in us. Instead, he crushed us. That day, something shifted. At lunch, my friends LN and I sat together, barely touching our food. We replayed his words over and over, not out loud, but in our heads. Like a bad song stuck on repeat. At first, it was just venting. Angry whispers, sarcastic jokes, the usual coping mechanisms, and then L said it. "What if we rickrolled him?" We all froze. Then N laughed. Then I laughed. And suddenly, we weren't laughing at the idea. We were imagining it, the winter concert, a full auditorium. Parents recording on their phones, teachers sitting proudly in the front row, and our band teacher completely unaware. Rickrolling isn't just a prank, it's psychological. It's harmless but humiliating in the most public way possible. It doesn't scream revenge, it smiles politely while pulling the rug out from under you, and the best part, you can't get mad without looking ridiculous. The idea evolved fast. We didn't want it to feel cheap. This wasn't about being sloppy. This was about precision, about irony, about proving something. So we composed. The plan was genius in its simplicity. We'd start with a traditional band piece. Something serious, respectable, the kind of music our teacher loved. The kind that said, "See, we can do this." Then silence, just long enough to make the audience lean forward. And then the tenor sax. Those first unmistakable notes of "never gonna give you up." If you know, you know. The rehearsals were brutal. We practiced in secret, whispered cues, shared looks. Every time we nailed the transition, the room buzzed with suppressed laughter and adrenaline. We weren't just planning a joke, we were reclaiming our confidence. Concert night arrived. The auditorium lights dimmed, murmurs faded. Programs rustled, the smell of polished wood and cold metal filled the air. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. We took our seats, I glanced at the front row, there he was, arms crossed. Expression neutral, expectant, confident, the first piece began, we played it flawlessly, perfect timing, clean dynamics. Every note exactly where it needed to be. You could feel the pride in the room, parents smiling, teachers nodding, and then we stopped. The silence stretched. 1 beat, 2 beats. And then the tenor sax came in. Soft at first, almost innocent. The audience didn't recognize it immediately. Just a few confused expressions, a couple of heads tilting. Then it clicked. Laughter rippled through the crowd like electricity, gasps, whispers. Someone actually shouted, "No way!" And our band teacher? His face went through every stage of realization in real time. Confusion, recognition, horror. His eyes widened. His mouth opened slightly, like he wanted to stop it, but it was too late. The full band joined in, bold, confident, joyful. We weren't hopeless. We weren't talentless. We were owning the stage. The audience lost it. Parents laughed. Teachers covered their mouths. Phones shot into the air to capture the moment. And our teacher just sat there, frozen. He couldn't yell. He couldn't storm out. He couldn't stop the music. All he could do was listen. And that was the point. When the final note hit, the room erupted. Applause, cheers, standing ovation. I didn't feel anger anymore. I felt free. We walked off stage grinning, adrenaline buzzing through our veins. For once, we weren't small. We weren't powerless. We had spoken without saying a word. After the concert, people congratulated us nonstop. Teachers told us it was iconic. Parents said they'd never forget it. Our band teacher never mentioned it. Not once, but after that night. He never called us failures again. And that was enough, because sometimes the best revenge isn't destruction. It's proof that the people who doubted you were wrong. Proof that your talent didn't disappear just because someone refused to see it. If you enjoyed this story, smash that like button. Subscribe for more moments where disrespect meets perfectly executed payback. And comment below, what's the most creative revenge you've ever seen? Because sometimes, justice sounds an awful lot like never gonna give you up.